If at the beginning of the season I would have pulled up the NHL standings and showed you that this is the wildcard race right now, there'd probably be quite a few jaws dropped, mine included. And honestly, I probably should have seen this coming given that last year Washington got in with a minus 35 goal differential, setting a record in the salary cap era, and with the Nightmare on Elm Street type season going down in Rangerland right now, I should have known that the door of opportunity for a wildcard spot in the East this year would be more open than Ovi's Cheetos on the plane. As of this recording, Pittsburgh actually holds that second spot, but if Montreal beats Vancouver tonight, after the extremely rocky road this Habs team has faced this year, Martin St. Louis' team would find themselves in the playoff spot. And it's far from just them. Where do we start? Okay, let's go in order. Tampa, I mean, they've lost 4 in a row and they're only 1 point ahead of Pittsburgh, but with Point, Kucherov, Hedman, Vasilevsky, Cooper behind the bench, I just see them figuring it out and taking either the first wildcard spot or third in the Atlantic because Boston's been wobbly. Then there's those pesky Penguins, man. They did it last year too. They made the Gensel trade and rode the usual guys plus Bunting almost to a wildcard spot. And this year, despite losing 3 in a row here, they're in. Thanks to, yes, of course, Crosby, Malkin, Rust. That top 4 on D is logging so many minutes. But how about Rickard Rakell, basically rising from the ashes? He's on pace to crush his totals from last year and looks like a legit top 6 player again. Is it sustainable? I'm not so sure. I mean, Nedeljkovic and Jari are sharing the workload pretty much flush evenly and have matching save percentages in the 800s, and their goal differential is pretty glaring compared to the other teams around them. But at the start of the year, I picked them as a dark horse team to possibly make the playoffs simply because when you have Crosby and Malkin and you give them some decent help, you truly never know. Then there's those Sens who, out of this cluster of teams from Pittsburgh down to Detroit, seems like they should be the most ready to take this step into the playoffs. This really feels like their golden goose chance. It does. The only thing is they've had some real bad luck lately. Both goalies were hurt for a bit there. Allmark is week to week right now. That's a big blow. And they've been on a 200 game road trip because of the World Juniors being in Ottawa. They are in a funk right now, but if they can tread water through this adversity, they should be in a decent spot to take advantage of this golden opportunity. Then there's Columbus, who's honestly been one of the most uplifting stories in the league with how they've navigated and handled the tragedy in the summer. I already had all the respect in the world for Sean Monahan, even more so now. It's been so awesome to see him go back to being a legit star and number 1 center in the league. That top line with Voronkov and especially Marchenko has just been so good. It's just been a good fit, even when Chinikov was on there before he got hurt. So well that they started calling Monahan Monahanov, and clearly it's caught on. Werenski's been all-world, the team's best player. The kids, Johnson, Sillinger, and Fantilli are slowly but surely coming along. This is a team that, I gotta say, I think it would be so cool if they made it. And it's not like they're 3, 4, 6 points back. They're right in the thick of this. Montreal, we've made plenty of videos specifically on them, and we'll probably do more, but for right now, all I gotta say is, wow, I'm surprised. I had them as one of my most exciting teams to watch coming into the year, and I did expect them to take a step forward this year towards being at least closer to a playoff spot than they've been the past couple. But as soon as they started playing regular season games and things started going south hard and fast, it really looked like they were bound for the basement of the league hoping for Higgins or Schaefer. Instead, major credit to St. Louis, Caufield, Suzuki, Hudson, Montembeault, Dobesh even, Emil Heineman and Jake Evans. How about those two right now? Oh, and can't forget about Carrier. How sneaky good of a move was that by Kent Hughes? He's been such a stabilizing force for that D-core that they desperately needed. I'd love to see more from Slavkovsky here. They're going to need it if they want to stay in this thing. He showed in the back half of last year what he's capable of. If he can be that Slavkovsky, the Habs are cooking with gas. Same goes for Kirby Dach. He's come around a bit lately, but he's got to keep it going. Philly's an interesting one because last year they were in it right up until the end when the wheels fell off. If they can hang around this year right up until the end, now with Michkov, I wonder if they could be the ones to surprise and snatch that spot. But similar to Torts, that goalie situation, it would scare me if I'm a Flyer fan. Then we get to Detroit and the 2 New York teams, and you look at it, it's like, ooh, they're near the bottom there. Do they really have a shot? I think so. If one of those 3 teams can get hot, I don't see a team ahead of them taking a solid grasp of that second wildcard spot. So if the Rangers can turn it on, and when Shesterkin comes back, we know what he can do when he's on. The Red Wings under Todd McClellan have found their game finally, and we know how close they were to making it last year. It's there for the taking, dude. It really is. Right now you've got, 8 markets, all who missed the playoffs last year except for the Rangers, all saying, why not us? Look at that. We're 2 points out. We're 1 point out. This is doable. It's cool, and I'm hoping it stays this way. Like, obviously not all these teams are going to be in the mix till the end. Somebody's bound to fall out, but with how tight things are, should make for a pretty decent race for whoever is able to stay in it. That'll do for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me your thoughts in the comments. If you're new, please consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one.